Anthony, I would not fuck you if I was single. I would not fuck you if I was drunk. I would never fuck you. You're not fuckable.
All right. So this is fucked.
Everything's good. What do you mean fucked?
All right. So I think I just told you that we weren't even going to mention how we're recording, but I have to address the fact of how we're recording. Will you shut that off? Shut that shit off.
What? Whoa. Back off, jack off. That's Peter Norica you're talking about.
Well, Peter Norica doesn't pay us any money. He owes
Norica
us.
Doesn't pay the bills.
Speaking of which,
God.
we have merch. All right, that's too early for that shit.
I don't know that I'm still even allowed to say his name yet. I never got the okay.
I think he's dead. I don't know.
Yeah, I hope not. I mean, we need t-shirts.
Maybe he willed me the printing press or something. That would be cool.
That would be cool.
Speaking of almost dead, no, I better not do that. That'd be in bad taste.
I thought I'm going to keep my mouth shut too.
All right. Just a bunch of, this whole show is just going to be me saying, no, better not say that.
So you mentioned something about something being fucked up and then we got off topic. You never mentioned why you said that.
Okay. So it's Sunday night. We already recorded once this week for what felt like 7 hours.
Right.
Friday night we recorded. We recorded an entire episode with Amanda from the Blunt Mommy podcast.
Right.
And then you deleted the fucking recording like a goddamn tool bag.
Right. She didn't say she was going to fuck me, so I'm deleting the whole fucking thing.
So the intent is, I think we're planning on having her come back next week, but we're not going to rehash everything that we went through just because that would seem forced because we already had that conversation.
Right.
But it was fun recording with her.
I think to give us and her some material for that next recording, we need to talk some shit about her.
Oh no, I'm going to talk shit, but it ain't going to be about her.
All right, cool. All right, cool. What do you got? Me? You talk shit about me?
Here's what I think about Amanda from us talking to her. Because I've listened to her on like Po' Boys. I've listened to her show. What I think is if you have two professional broadcasters such as ourselves that can keep her wrangled, she's fun to talk to and she's fun to listen to because she don't give a fuck. But if you take off the harness or the whatever, the collar, whatever, and you just let her run free, it's like you're just watching a dog run to the train tracks, man. It's not good.
I don't understand how I'm the one that always gets called the asshole. Is it because you just say things in a nice way? I don't get it. What a fucking dickhead thing to say.
What do you mean?
And that's my point right there. What do you mean? But I'm the asshole.
I said that she's was
like
fun
a
to
dog
talk
that wants to run to the train tracks. That's what you said.
No, that's what you got out of the conversation. That is not what I said.
We're going to have to roll back the tape. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what you said.
Well, if you're the one recording this, then there's no tape to roll back now, is there?
Yep. That joke's never going to get old.
So it was a nice conversation. It was fun.
Yep.
And at the very tail end of it, we started doing our Patreon episode, and you're like, hold on a minute. My memory card's full. All right. So when did it stop? I don't know. I'm going to check. I got nothing. There's nothing there.
I ruined the whole thing.
So here's where I am going to talk shit.
All right.
So she has it's her boyfriend, but not her boyfriend, whatever the fuck he is.
Yes.
So he'd been on Twitter talking shit to me.
Oh. Okay.
And I can't for the life of me figure out why, because I know he didn't hear the conversation because it never fucking went out.
All right.
So either she regurgitated everything.
That's not a nice way to say that she talked about our show to him. Come on.
Oh, you're going to start kissing her ass now?
Yes.
All right.
I figure that'll throw you for a loop there, right? No, I'm not.
So, I go out of my way to try to be nice to people. And and now I got this fuckhole on Twitter.
It's funny that you use the word fuckhole.
No, that was intentional.
I know. Oh, that's awesome.
I got this fuckhole on Twitter attacking me for no reason. And I've never said anything about the guy. I mean, other than the shit that I've talked about him already, but he doesn't know that.
But nothing else other than that.
But if he did hear about anything that I said about him, then that means that she's a snitch.
Was it supposed to be confidence or what?
Yes.
So you think that you can just talk into the mic, record the show, and because it doesn't get put out, it's in confidence? Maybe yes. I am going to defend her. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, shit.
So you're telling me that you think it's okay. Okay, so first off, she puts rubber dicks in his butt.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all I got.
That's the whole show right there. What I want to know, and we didn't get to ask her, and even if we did, it wouldn't have went out. She mentioned in her rant that somebody had DM'd her in solidarity, basically saying they were pissed off that we were talking shit about her. I need to know who that is.
Yeah, I bet it was that fucking John from Brand X.
Brand X doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, the podcast formerly known as Brand X.
There you go. With that little pie symbol with the never mind.
You just mean a pie.
yeah. Are you watching me with my hand? Because I literally did.
What's the show that he's on? He's got now the unbelievably stupid podcast.
Yeah.
So you're a fan of that girl on there, right?
So I listened to the first episode and I downloaded the second episode to listen to tonight at work, and I thought it was interesting. It kept me engaged the whole show, but I can tell you that I'm not a fan of the girl that he's got on there. I think her name is Tara. In fact, I know her name's Tara. Why would I say I think? I know that's her name.
Is she hot?
I don't know. I don't know what she looks like. I have no idea. But
do you think she fucks John in the ass?
Probably. I mean, I'm just assuming everybody does. Isn't that a safe assumption? This isn't about him. This is about her.
Okay.
So she has social justice tendencies, and I don't.
What does that mean? What is a social justice tendency?
It means that she looks at.
Does she wear a cape?
Yes. I think that she looks at the world through the lens of she wants equality for everybody, and the people on the left are only working towards equality, so she supports everything they support.
Yeah, that's how I think.
No, you don't. And I think she's hoodwinked. But I mean, anyways, I don't see how. I
think hoodwink is racial.
It is. I didn't mean it that way, but I think her and John are not going to. I don't know. I don't understand how the dynamic is going to work. Because John always seems to want to talk about more controversial things that are anti-social justice warrior type shit. You know what I mean? So I don't know how that's going to work. Don't you fucking sigh at me.
Oh, you got. I started reading the news.
Go ahead, talk then, you son of a bitch.
All right, so I'm going to try a summary of what I think you just said. I think their political views are different, and they're probably going to end up clashing.
No. Well, I mean, yes, but that's not the case. That's not what I mean.
Okay,
it's not a matter of their political views.
I want to tell you how my mind works, and I'm not trying to be funny. This is serious. When you said she has social justice tendencies, then I said, does she wear a cape? You kept talking, and I was sitting here thinking, all right, social justice.
I'm funny.
I was sitting here thinking, okay, social justice, that's like superheroes. If Amanda and her boyfriend were superheroes, they'd be Buttman and Throbbing. That's what I came up with.
Which lends nothing to the conversation that we're having, right?
It okay.
Does it?
No, you carry on with your Bernie Sanders bullshit.
What the fuck are you talking about? My Bernie Sanders bullshit. We were talking about how great the new Unbelievably Stupid podcast is, and you asked my opinion, so I told you. What the fuck do you want from me?
Shorter opinions.
Has anybody ever told you, other than me 5 minutes ago, that you are not a patient person? Patience is not your strong point.
But stupidity. No, I was going to say stupidity is not my strong point. Putting up with stupidity is not my strong point.
So, where's the stupidity?
When you talk,
it's too early in the show for this shit.
Well, I don't know what you want. All right, so okay, Brand X, check.
So that's it. We're not going to have a conversation. Just nothing. Just we don't get to have a conversation about it because you're fucking annoyed.
No, what do you want to talk about?
I told you my opinion. Maybe talk about that. Okay,
so do you want to have a debate on whether or not Brand X 2.0 is going to? I shouldn't call it that because nobody will be able to find it. The show that's not as good as Brand X. Do you want me to have an opinion about that?
Nope. Let's go on to the next news story, I suppose. We'll go to the next one, see if there's anything there.
The next news story, like
the next thing on our list, see if there's anything there that you might want to talk about. Exactly.
So Kid Rock's in the news.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he sure is. What about him?
Kid Rock pays off $81,000 worth of layaways at Nashville Walmart. And it looks like he's wearing all of it. Did you see the picture of him?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
He is such a turd.
He really, really is.
All right. So I threw the story up here.
Yeah.
I'm going to read. I'll read the story and then make my comment. And that's all I have as a comment. But I fucking hate Kid Rock. So.
Except wait. Let's start with that. Why? What is it? Is it his music or his personality?
His personality. I like his music.
Okay.
Which makes it hard because anytime there's a song that comes on, I'm like, God, I fucking hate him. But yeah, leave this on.
Well, leave this on. All right.
Yeah, he's just patronizing. That's why I don't like him, is because he's patronizing.
All right.
Kid Rock reportedly paid off the layaway tabs for 350 customers at a Walmart in Nashville, Tennessee this week. According to the entertainer's Twitter account, he was taking a page from producer and actor Tyler Perry's playbook. Perry reportedly paid off layaway bills this week at his local Walmart store. In a tweet, Kid Rock said, Tyler Perry, great idea. I followed your lead and paid off the layaway at my local Walmart in Nashville. Merry Christmas and God bless you. So my problem with it is that he tweeted about it. That it's like, hey, look what I did.
And not only that, but he tweeted to Tyler Perry. I think anybody that tweets to Tyler Perry is an asshole.
Hey, Tyler Perry, put me in your next Big Mama movie or whatever.
I want to be Big Mama or whatever. Isn't that? Wait, that wasn't Tyler Perry. It was Flubber. Wasn't that Tyler Perry?
Flubber.
Wasn't that the movie?
I don't know. He's the one that makes black movies. They're all in blackface.
Spike Lee? I only know like 3 black people, so
Oh no, it's Madia or Medea.
No, I like Flubber better. It's way funnier. We're going with Flubber.
A manager at Walmart on Dickerson Road in Nashville confirmed to Fox 17 Kid Rock had paid $81,000 in layaway bills at the store. It appears Rock's Christmas spirit was not dashed after being replaced as the Grand Marshal of the Nashville Christmas for comments he made about Joy Behar on Fox and Friends. So I think it's cool that somebody would go in there and pay off 350 people's layaways. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's immediately douchey when you tell everybody that you did it.
Yeah, but how's everybody supposed to know then? I mean, if he doesn't tell anybody, how would they know? How you wouldn't even know that he did it to think that it's cool.
That's the point of doing it, is to help people, not to boost your fucking follower count on Twitters.
Are you going to follow him?
No.
Then he didn't. You now know about it because he told people. You know about it now to be pissed off because he told people.
Right.
Right. That's all. That's the only point.
Yeah, well, you're just.
I'm just saying shit just to say shit. I got nothing.
You're just saying exactly what happened, but aggressively, like I'm supposed to argue it.
That's fucking genius. I'm just gonna say what happened aggressively. Fuck, that's genius. It makes people agree with me when you say it aggressively. Oh man. So I'm sort of in the same camp as you as far as Kid Rock goes, except for I think his music is fucking terrible.
So but you're not in the same camp.
No, I think he's. I am. I think he's a douche. There's just like
there's you. There's three Kid Rock camps. I think
there is. Hold on. That's way too many camps for Kid Rock.
You either like Kid Rock and you think he's cool.
Mm-hmm.
You hate Kid Rock as a person, but like his music, or you hate him and hate his music, or I suppose you could think he's cool and hate his music. So there's 4 Kid Rock camps.
Where's the one where you just like the little midget guy that he had? That's the one that I'm in.
I am anti-Kid Rock and pro Josie.
Is that his name, Joe C? Isn't he? Anybody that has a pet midget is awesome. I mean,
he's like the white person's Mike Tyson, who had.
I don't get it, but that was funny.
Because didn't Tyson always have like a bunch of lions and shit?
Were they little lions? I don't know what you're talking about.
Just odd pets.
Oh, I wasn't making the connection. So now you're saying midgets are odd.
Yes. Have you ever looked at one? Yes, they're fucking odd.
Oh shit.
When's the last time you seen a midget? Like in real life?
It's been a long time.
But when you looked, you did a fucking double take, didn't you?
Well, of course. He's little, but he's like full grown. He's fucking. He's like a little man.
Anybody that says that midgets are not odd are lying, unless, of course, the person that said it is a midget. They're allowed to not think that they're odd.
And no, their whole family has to be midgets. You can't just you yourself. If you look at yourself and say, I'm not odd, chances are you're fucking odd. But if you look at yourself and your whole family looks the same and you're like, I'm not odd, you're right. So what was the point of what I was saying? I already forgot.
I'm going to pull an Anthony. So you're telling me that you think that if one person is odd and his family isn't odd, then he's not odd?
Right.
I like it.
See? Just say it aggressively. Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay. So thanks to Kid Rock for making 350 people have a fucking Christmas.
Have a Christmas. You think those people wouldn't have had Christmas in the first place? I mean, if Kid Rock didn't pay, what if they were well off? They just didn't have the money at the time, you know?
Typically what I do is I go and get a bunch of shit, put it on layaway at all the Walmarts in all the areas around me.
hoping
just on the off
pay
chance.
it off for you.
Yeah. I put the same shit on layaway at all the Walmarts.
Awesome. That's a great idea. I can't remember the last time I put something on layaway. It's been, forever. I don't know. It's weird. Layaway's weird.
Why is it weird?
I don't know. If you're poor, just don't buy shit. Worry about food. I don't know. It's just weird, man.
This coming from the guy who thinks that McDonald's should pay enough to feed a family of 20. Now you're just saying, if you're poor, just don't have anything except for food.
Right. Well, you can have like a tarp for when it rains and a backpack to keep your tarp in, I guess.
I don't think there's anything wrong with layaway. I think it's great. It for people that don't know how to save money, it's a good way to ensure that you can have whatever the fuck people buy layaway, bikes, I guess.
No. It's a good way to ensure that people that don't know how to save money never learn how to save money. Let's just keep enabling that. Why not?
No, it's not.
Learn how to save money, you poor fucks.
You know what's funny is you're right. Whenever you say something, you come off as an asshole.
Mm-hmm. How am I the asshole? Oh, because I'm picking on poor people?
Do you really think there's something wrong with layaway?
No, of course not. I don't give a shit if people put stuff on layaway. I don't fucking care.
What about Finger Hut? Have you ever bought anything out of Finger Hut?
I have not looked through a Finger Hut catalog in forever. I totally forgot about that. No, I have not.
It's like, well, cool. Here's a laptop, and it's only $42,000. It's like if Rent-A-Center had a catalog. That's what it would look like.
I've never been inside a Rent-A-Center or any of them rental places.
Oh, they're nice.
Those I think those places are fucking terrible, predatory. Man, it's the worst.
Yeah, we had this was back. What, 15, 16, 17 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
It was back when I was working in machine shops making whatever for $1 an hour or whatever the fuck I was making in the coal mines, it felt like. And so we had, let's see, like the washer, dryer, living room set, bedroom set, big screen TV. You know, it's like we furnished our trailer with
If they would have sold houses, you would have had a house.
And it was like, you know, so you're walking through there and it's like, oh, that's only $15 a week. Cool. Oh, that's only $30 a week. Cool. And then by the time you're done, you're like, your first week's payment comes up and it's like, well, that's half my paycheck. And I got to do this for the next 9 years. Hey, you're going to have to come get this shit.
Jesus Christ. So I just remember I lied to you. I have been into a Rent-A-Center one time. I remembered now. I went in there when PlayStation 2 first came out. So what was a PlayStation 2 in the stores? Like $300 or whatever? Yeah. I don't remember. But I went into a Rent-A-Center because I'd never been into one before, and they had a PlayStation, and I didn't have one. I was like, oh, I could rent a PlayStation. And the payments, if you figured it out, if you made the payments every week, it came out to like $900 for a fucking PlayStation that was $300 in the store.
Yeah, you would have still been paying on it. Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like, so that I've obviously never been back, and I kind of walked out thinking, what in the fuck is wrong with people? And that goes back to what I just said. If you're poor, don't fucking buy shit. You can be poor and not have a PlayStation. It's okay.
Yeah, but that's different than layaway. That's what struck me as odd about what you were saying.
Yeah, layaway is more for like buying your kids shit for Christmas. I can't knock on that, right? I mean, I can, but I think if you're poor, you shouldn't buy your kids shit for Christmas.
Sorry, Santa doesn't love you.
Right.
There was a Facebook post or something that I'm trying to think of the wording of it, but it was something along the lines of only tell your kids. All right, so all your expensive presents should come from you and not come from Santa.
Why?
Because
he shouldn't get the credit?
Because he has poor friends, your kid does, and it's not fair to the poor kids to want to know why his Santa Claus only brought him whatever, a Hot Wheel and a pair of socks, and yours brought you a robot or whatever the fuck.
All right, I got it. I figured it all out right now. Tell your kids right now that there's no Santa and never let them have fun again, ever. That's it. That's the answer. That's so fucking stupid. It's the fucking dumbest thing I've ever heard. There's poor kids out there, so don't tell your kids that don't let your kids have fun. Tell them Santa brought this or that. Fucking idiots. People are so fucking stupid. No more fun. The world is not allowed to have fun anymore, ever. Fucking idiots.
Are you done?
Nah, I'm done.
If you didn't want to record tonight, all you're doing is fuck poor people.
Yep.
What's wrong with that? It's like this mask that you've been wearing for the last couple of years about your how you care about the working man and all that. That's all gone.
Haven't you realized by now that every conversation with me is a different mask that I put on? You don't know how many masks I've got, buddy. I make them myself. I can't afford to buy them.
Put it on layaway.
Thinking about it. Fucking poor people.
All right. So after we talk to Amanda next week, who's the next person you want to have on our show?
Tara from the Unbelievably Stupid podcast.
Are you serious?
Fuck it. Why not? She won't want to talk to us.
I don't want to talk to her.
All right.
I don't even know who the fuck she is.
Guess that rules that out then. I think no. I don't know. Who do you think we should have on?
What were you going to say?
Nothing.
Hey, if there's anybody listening that understands how Skype works, Skype credits. How do they work?
Skype credits. How does this work? Should I tell everybody what happened?
If you can do it in like 12 seconds and make 2 punchlines.
Well, we need to have some segment where we have somebody on every week to talk about something, but I don't know who or what or for how long or what the segment will be.
You are a hell of a producer.
So make that happen.
I think that we should get Dave, the producer, to produce each episode, and then maybe we can make John the producer and make Dave the associate producer. And that would just be funny because it would be funny if it was said associate producer, Dave the producer.
I want to be the best boy grip. How do you get that job?
Just stop by.
All right.
I think you got to be Catholic for that.
Is that right? Do we got craft food services?
I got craft cheese slices.
You're fucking rich.
All right. Play that
funky music.
Rascum. I think that's what you wrote. You stupid.
Rascum. I don't think that's what I wrote.
I think that's what you wrote. If you check the board.
All right, hold on. Rascum.
We built modern civilization. White people are the best thing that ever happened to the world.
In a race. All right. Stop.
White people are the best thing that ever happened to the world.
All right. So if you say that slow and like with my general tone, I don't know. I think white people are the best thing that's happened to the world.
Right.
It doesn't sound bad.
It's not bad.
But if you say white people are
the best thing that ever happened to the world, like that,
no, it still don't sound bad.
See?
All right. How can you say that that's not racist? Because I know that's what you wanted to say.
Are you being serious? How can I say that it's not racist? What do you mean? It's not. White people aren't the best thing that ever happened to the world?
Okay, so I want to have a serious conversation with you. So whatever stick you're trying.
I'm not.
Whatever mask you got on.
Hold on. Now just give me a second. I'm putting on a different mask here. So.
Okay, so play that clip again.
Oh, Jesus.
We built modern civilization. White people are the best thing that ever happened to the world.
All right. Please tell me how that is not a racist comment.
It's not. If I'm white and I think that white people are the best thing that ever happened to the world, how is that racist? I don't understand the connotation that you're making here.
Okay. Now, this is something that you taught me. Give me the definition of racism.
It's pride plus prejudice plus money.
Nope.
Plus power. Sorry, it's something to do with that, right?
There's no math. Give me the definition that you gave me.
If you think that your race is the best thing that ever happened to the world, right? So you're twisting the words here.
Okay. You're not going to give me the definition, right? You're going to make me look it up.
Right. Of course
Rascalism.
I am. Rascalism. Did
I
spell it wrong? Really? Awesome.
Okay. Prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against someone of a different race based on the belief that one's own race is superior. By definition, that is a racist comment.
Nah, I disagree.
He's almost screaming the definition. Prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against someone of a different race based on the belief that one's race is superior.
Didn't you know that we've redefined racism, and under the new definition, this doesn't fit?
Okay,
so I'm gonna switch back and forth when it's comfortable for me.
Okay, so now you're saying that white people can't be racist.
Oh, God, no. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that this guy I don't think that this guy, he chose his words poorly, but I don't think that he put down another race. I think that it's perfectly acceptable to think that white people are great. Are we not great? It's good to be white.
No, it's good to be white, but that's not because we're great. That's because we're not getting shot by the cops.
I thought we were having a serious conversation.
That was serious. When's the last time you got shot by the cops?
So every black person you know has been shot by the cops.
Yep.
You're hanging around with the wrong black people then.
Okay,
it is impossible for us to have this conversation without me coming off like a racist because
you're racist.
Okay. Okay. I don't give a fuck. I don't fucking care anymore. This whole thing is so stupid. I don't care anymore. If you can't say that you think it's okay to be white and that you think white people are good,
that's not what he said.
That's racist.
That's not what he said.
It is what he said. He said white people are great. He chose his words poorly. I agree with you. He chose his words poorly, but he wasn't saying.
Okay, here's the difference between here's the difference between what he said and then how you could say it choosing your words poorly.
Okay.
All right. One way to say this is, Anthony, I really enjoyed meeting your mother. Another way of saying it is, I shoved it in your mom's ass and then blew it all over her face. See how the two things, I just choose my words poorly, but I meant the same thing.
I can tell you that those two things are not the same.
Why? I really enjoyed meeting your mother.
Yeah, that means that you enjoyed meeting my mother.
Meeting.
Like, hey, how you doing? It was nice to meet. Yeah. I get it.
My dick.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
So you're wrong here. You got caught. You got caught.
I got caught? What do you mean got caught? I got caught in nothing. What are you talking about?
Okay. Go to Google.
No.
This is how you proved me wrong in our episode 4 or whatever, by using the same definition. And it just so happens that my memory's better than yours.
Well, I'll give you that.
So go to Google, type racism, read the definition, and then
You already read it.
And then play his clip and tell me how it's not racist.
You already read it. We're not having this conversation. You're wrong. So you're telling me that being okay with being white and thinking white people are great is a bad thing?
No, not at all.
Just because he worded it wrong.
He answered you.
He worded it in a very aggressive, shitty way.
Because he didn't say it's okay to be white and whatever you just said. That's not what he said. What he said is
exactly what he said.
No, it's not. Play it again.
Nope.
Seriously, play it again.
No, I already played it like 12 times.
Yeah, but you're wrong. And that's supposed to lead into the story that we're going to talk about.
What's the story that we're talking about? I already forgot.
Raskism.
That was the whole story. That's the whole story. So you don't think that this kid has the right or should be able to say that he thinks, in his opinion, that white people created most of civilized society?
Oh, no. I think he should have the right to say it. 100%.
But you don't think he's right? They asked him, what do you mean? What do you mean by white people? And he said, you're European people. Do you think that that's incorrect?
No.
Then what's the fucking problem?
It's still racist.
So facts are racist now.
Okay. I don't know what to tell you, but what he said, I don't agree with what he said.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even remember what he said.
What?
I don't even remember what he said.
Jesus Christ.
But racism, am I right?
Right. Like I said, there's no way for us to have this conversation without me coming off as a racist, because I don't condemn every single thing every white person says all the time. So, right.
No, I think we're probably going to wrap up this recording tonight, though. The whole point of this is to talk. And now you're just going to say we're not going to talk about the subject because you might get attacked for being a racist?
Oh, no. There's no might. I'm going to. You can't. You can't have. I'm already in, so we're already having the conversation. It's too late for me to walk it back now. And anybody that listens is going to be like, "What the fuck is wrong with this racist?"
Do you agree with his statement? Not what he meant to say. Not what is inferred. Do you agree with his statement?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't have shouted. I mean, there's no reason really to shout and yell and scream about how white people are the greatest, blah, blah, blah. No, there's no reason for that. But the fact that the school is condemning him as a racist, all these people are talking about how we need to teach more about non-Western culture in schools. And this is the reason that he said this is because we only teach about Western culture. This is the fucking West. What the fuck do you think we would teach about? It irritates me that he said some asshole shit, but it was taken to mean probably more than what he actually meant. I think.
Yeah, I don't even know what he meant. I don't know that I care.
It's getting to me. It's getting to the point where you're not even allowed to just be an asshole anymore. And where does that leave me? I'm kind of out. I'm out. They're hanging me out to dry here.
Quit being an asshole.
Fuck that. For what? For what reason? So people don't get offended and feel uncomfortable? Fuck you. I mean, I am what I am, like Popeye and shit.
All right.
So I'm curious what you think. Do you think the school should have?
We didn't get to anything, Anthony. I don't know what the school did. All I know is I asked you a question about the first 6 seconds of the clip, and you started attacking me when it's some racist rant about the Quran or something. I don't know.
What the fuck? Do you even listen to yourself when you? Do you even listen to yourself when you talk?
No.
I didn't think so.
You know what's funny is, so I'm sitting here looking at the board. So we got news stories, right? And I was just getting ready to move racism to the already talked about thing. And my eyes jumped onto the story from last week in the sworn in on the Quran. So that's how I ended up with that.
All right. So the opening line of this article, it says, A white student harassed black classmates at Columbia University on Sunday, shouting, this is in quotes, "White people are the best thing that happened to the world." That's the quote. White people are the best thing that happened to the world. Do you agree with that?
Do I agree that white people are the best thing that's happened to the world?
Yes.
No, that's fucking stupid.
That is stupid. I mean, to say that any group of any people is the best thing that happened to the world
say
is stupid.
It's a tie between oxygen and sunshine.
Perfect. I don't know. I just don't like that. I just don't like this. The university denounced the racially charged incident, and it says something about, oh, here we go. "I don't hate other people. I just love white men," he said. Now, do you agree with that?
That he loves white men?
Loves white men. I was just going to say that. So, obviously, this kid was drunk, right?
Was he? Or
yeah.
How do you know that?
It says in here that he was drunk, but I mean, it's if you watch the whole thing or whatever, you can tell he's kind of staggering around, and I mean, he's yelling and screaming. He's drunk. So if you just say a bunch of dumb shit when you're drunk, and then the university comes down on you, all your peers come down on you, we're living in a time where all somebody has to do is say you're racist because of one stupid drunk rant that you made, and your life could literally be over. I mean, every opportunity that you have.
No, there is nothing here that. So what he screamed was racist. You can't get away from that. Okay. But he was not wishing harm or anything on anybody else. He wasn't like what I would call like a white supremacist or a white nationalist.
Right. Yeah, that's my point. Is they're comparing him to? They're saying he made white supremacist
as if he had strung up 3 black people from his college dorm window.
Right. I'm not trying to defend what this guy said. I'm not. I know it sounds like I am, but I'm not.
That's how you should have said it. But we got there.
There's a quote in here. It says, "I really hope that Columbia takes further action. They should definitely try to talk to the students that were affected by that and ensure everyone's okay, because that's really hard to internalize." That sums it up right there. You want to make sure everyone's okay because they heard a drunk person say that white people are good? Are you fucking kidding me? I want to know how these people expect to function in the world. I mean, once they get out of college, how do they expect to function in the world?
So I think what I'm worried about is we're going to come to we're probably about 3 to 5 years away from the workplace being like this. I mean, where you work is pretty close to that.
Right. I've been telling people at my work for a few months now that I think it's coming to our work.
How do you bring that up at lunch? Pretty soon we're not going to be able to brag about being white.
Right. I didn't necessarily mean anything about race or anything like that. I just meant that it's going to be anything to do with anything that might offend somebody at all. You're going to be taken up and maybe even crucified. I'm thinking they're going to start crucifixions on the main display floor out there. It's the only way. It's the only way. I mean, that's where all this is headed, is that the only thing that's going to appease these people is if somebody does something like gets drunk and says how good white people are, they have to be murdered in the public square. That's the only thing that's going to appease these people. And that's where it's heading. I mean.
All right. Von Abel, who later said in a statement to the Associated Press, is that the kid?
I don't know the kid's name. No, it couldn't have been the kid. It must have been just a spectator. Because if you read the quote, it couldn't have been the kid.
Why?
It said Von Abel later said in a statement to the Associated Press he was theoretically and sarcastically demonstrating that whites are not allowed to embrace their cultural achievements. So, I mean, he was talking about it. It couldn't have been him. He wouldn't be talking about himself that way.
Why? That's how I would defend myself if I had a college vocabulary. Hey, listen, I was just theatrically and sarcastically demonstrating that whites are not allowed to embrace their cultural achievements.
Okay, you're right. Maybe I read it wrong. I just read he, and I was thinking that he is not in quotes, though. You're right. I read it wrong.
You fucking idiot.
I admitted my mistake, jackass.
I regret that I subsequently engaged in an exchange that was admittedly overzealous and was not the right venue to discuss the value of identity politics.
See? He's apologizing. The value of identity politics. I find no value in identity politics.
I don't even know what they are, so I'm for them.
All right. We gotta find my friend Google here so I can give you a correct definition. Identity politics. A tendency for people of a particular religion, race, social background, etc., to form exclusive political alliances, moving away from traditional broad-based party politics.
So why isn't that a good thing?
So why isn't that a good thing? We're moving from, according to this, it would be moving from like Democrat and Republican. You don't identify as a Democrat. Now you identify as black. Now you identify as a black Christian. Now you identify as a black trans Christian. So you just keep breaking yourself down into these smaller and smaller and smaller groups that you identify with. You want me to tell you why that's a bad thing?
So the way you say it like that makes it sound bad, but getting away from saying you're either a Democrat or you're a Republican, I think is a good thing.
Right. I agree with that.
Okay, so.
But if we replace Democrat and Republican with 6,000 different groups that you could be a part of, and each one of those groups is marginalized in your mind, and each one of those groups is the victim of oppression from another group. So black trans men who are gay are oppressed by white trans women who are straight. Do you understand what I mean? It's setting everything up to be against everybody else.
Okay, so who's pushing the identity politics machine? Who's for that?
You mean like right or left, or who like specifically? I don't know who specifically. It would be the left. It's real left wing socialist politics, communist socialist. It's more along the lines of communism than socialism, really.
All right, so
it's the same people that are pushing the intersectionality.
What the fuck is that?
You're so far behind the times. Intersectionality. The interconnected nature of social categorizations such as race, class, and gender as they apply to a given individual group. So the points where race, class, gender, whatever you believe, where all those things come together, at each of those points, that they're trying to bring all those points together, but the whole thing is just a mess.
Okay, I get it. I'm a Republican.
Would you really consider yourself a Republican?
I do. If I have to choose between being an intersexual feminist who's attracted to a gay, black, transsexual, straight man versus being a Republican, then I'm a fucking Republican. MAGA.
MAGA. Why can't you just be a Democrat?
No, that's what you said. Democrats are getting replaced by the intersectional congression or whatever the fuck you said. Intersexual transgression.
Intersexual transgression. That's not what I said.
That's what I heard. I told you I don't listen when you talk.
So it's just okay. So you're a Republican. Does that mean that you're a member of the alt-right? I mean, they're doing it on that side too. Don't think that this is all
it depends.
A left-wing thing.
I know we talked about this, but I took one of them things online to find out what I was, and it said I was a Republican.
Oh, okay.
But I think that's just because of my. I think that's just because of my views on abortion.
Seriously, I mean that's literally probably the only thing that you answered that was that direction.
I don't know. I think
you don't. If you had the opportunity in a perfect world, do you think that there should be a minimum wage? Any minimum wage?
Yes.
Okay, why?
I believe. Yeah, you know what? I don't know. Let me see here. Part of me says that the corporations are going to take advantage. If there's no minimum wage, no laws, then corporations will just pay whatever, a pittance, 30 cents an hour.
Sure.
And part of me says that's okay.
All right. The part that says that it's okay, why is it okay? Why do you think that would work out?
It'll all work itself out. Wages will.
People will be fine.
Well, you'll get more skills. More skills equals more jobs. More jobs equals more cars.
Uh-huh.
I mean, look where Detroit is now. Worked out for them.
Perfect. I think you're making my point for me. All right. So that I've convinced you that we need a minimum wage. Now I just have to convince you that we need a living wage.
No, you haven't convinced me that we need a minimum wage. I've always believed that.
Nope. I convinced you.
All right. I'll give you the point. Circle gets the square.
So I'm curious. You said part of you believes yes, part of you believes no. I'm being honest. I'm being curious here. What part of you believes no, and how do you honestly think that would work?
What's the question? What part of me believes no, that there shouldn't be a minimum wage?
Yeah.
I guess the adult part of me.
Okay. The adult in me loves the. All right. So the adult in you believes that there should be no minimum wage because
they are jobs for kids. And
what? Wait. What are jobs for kids? Minimum wage jobs?
You just asked me a question. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's not what I asked. I just asked you. I wasn't asking about specific jobs. I'm saying, do you think that there should be, a national minimum wage? Like no job ever should be able to pay less than this much.
Yes. All of them. But, even waitresses, even like people that make $2 an hour. I think they should get paid the minimum wage.
Nah, I agree with that.
But then there should be no tipping. Tipping should be outlawed.
Outlawed?
Yes.
if you tip, you go to jail.
Yes.
You have to like hide your tip. Like,
don't you feel a sense of relief when you go somewhere and they say tips are not accepted here?
No, not even a little bit.
Oh, I do.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you being serious?
Yes, funny. I'm being serious. Tips are fucking stupid.
I agree with you, but tips are not accepted. That's like we told our workers not to take extra money for doing a good job. That means that
you know what I take from it? They must pay a good wage here.
No, I know that's not true. Nobody pays a good wage anywhere.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, I know. So it means that as a company, we got together and decided we're going to tell our employees, if you do an extra job or an extra good job and somebody wants to give you money, you have to say no. So
no, what they've
do an extra job.
What they've done. No, that's not the case at all, because the place that I'm speaking of has some of the best service I've ever had in my life at a restaurant. So what it tells me is that these people got together and decided to form a company where they treat their employees right, and they don't depend on customers that are going to come in and pay them and then turn around and pay their workers for them. Otherwise, you couldn't. There's plenty of other jobs out there. These fucking people here working at this place wouldn't stay there if it was that bad.
You could say that about any job.
You say that about my job,
right? My point exactly.
But I don't get tips either.
All right. So what do you think about the self-checkouts at Walmart, self-checkouts at McDonald's? Good thing or a bad thing?
Self-checkout at Walmart, I avoid it at all costs. I think that it is because it is enabling Walmart to pay even less people. And
so finally we found some common ground.
So let me get to my end though. And
boy.
It also takes me longer to go through them because I get confused easily. And I would rather the 85-year-old lady who goes, it takes 15 minutes for her to get through my 3 items. At least I have somebody to laugh at. No, I just have somebody to laugh at.
All right. So every time I go through,
I got to answer your other question.
Oh, all right.
The kiosks at McDonald's.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'd call them self-checkout. I think it's more like self-order.
Yeah.
Those I use every chance I get.
Okay. Because
I get to build whatever kind of cool food I want. And I don't have to look anybody in the eye when I do it.
You're really going to order that much? So I can see that. I can see both sides of that, I suppose. I was kind of equating them like they were the same thing, but I guess they're not. If I were to go through a self-checkout at Walmart, it feels to me like I'm doing the job that Walmart used to pay somebody for, and I'm doing it for free. I don't want to be a checkout person at Walmart for no money.
I don't want to do that when I grow up.
That's not what I mean, I have a job. I don't want to go to Walmart to do more work that they used to pay somebody else to do. That's stupid.
What it has done though, since they installed them things, it has given me a different view of the people that do that job.
Why?
Because I'm serious. I have problems when I go through there. I'll put like eggs in with WD-40 and
I go home and you're like spraying shit with WD-40. Why has it got eggs on it?
I have just got to get through that whole situation as fast as possible. So I scan everything and put it on the little scale, and it starts yelling at me like, please put in bag. Please put in bag. Like, fuck off, you bitch.
Oh, shit. So I don't know about your Walmart, but ours, what they've done is they have one checkout open most of the time. Sometimes they'll have 2 if it's real busy, and they direct everybody to the self-checkouts. So you're either going to stand in line to wait for somebody to check you out, or you have to do it yourself. Either one of those choices is shitty. Just open more fucking checkouts. I'm glad we have a podcast where I can come on here and bitch about shit that bothers me.
You know, it's not going to be long before there's no more. That's your only option is self-checkout. I mean, that's the goal.
I agree. Yeah, that's exactly right. If they could figure out a way at McDonald's to have machines cook the food for you and serve it to you, the whole thing would be automated. This is depressing. Let's talk about this axe attack.
I don't even want to talk about that anymore.
All right.
What do we got here for Civil War?
Sure, why not? You put that on here.
Carolina teachers refuse to release students' final grades unless school bans Confederate monument. I've had a bone to pick with James Taylor for years because despite the suggestion of his lyrics, there's no place called Carolina. Now I wander the earth as a hypocrite due to the above headline. However, in my defense, James never had to deal with a 100-character limit. What the fuck are they talking about?
I'm so confused by all of that. Who's James Taylor?
Do you not know who James Taylor is?
Yeah, isn't he the I've Seen Fire and I've Seen Rain?
Hold on. I'm going to try this again. Hey, Google, play Steamroller by James Taylor. All right. So now, as you are all listening to...
I can't hear it.
Right, but...
Hey, Google, turn up Doug's Google.
So we learned from a past episode that if I say it loud enough, it'll turn on a bunch of people's Googles and shit.
Uh-huh.
Is that even a thing? Is it turn on your Google?
Sounds good.
Fucking idiots. We're fucking stupid.
No,
okay. Here's something you don't see every day. A bunch of teachers at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, have decided to protest according to their political sensibilities by withholding students' grades. Presently, a monument of Presently, a monument of Silent Sam, a 1913 memorialization of a 300 was set to be installed in an on-campus building. The statue was knocked down from its original location on August 20th. In order to fight the Confederate power, at least 79 instructors and teaching assistants have reportedly agreed to a grade strike, whereby they'll refuse to release final grades to the students until their demand to have Silent Sam banned is met. They should be fired.
I agree. With you 100%.
Okay, then I take it back. I'm with them.
They should be fired. Yeah. If you signed this ban, or if you even know about this ban at all, if in passing, you should be fired.
Wait a minute, what ban?
Wait, or this petition. Sorry.
What the fuck are you?
Man, if you're fired, you should be fired.
What petition?
I don't know. It's set to be installed. So they signed a petition. Grade strike. Teachers agreed to a grade strike. Yeah, it's a petition, right? Can you read it again?
So they're not releasing the student grades. Because anybody that.
Yeah, so now we should be fired. I'm saying anybody that even knows about it needs to be fired. Fuck this shit. This is stupid.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, so it says 79, and so there's 79 teachers who are not giving out their kids grades because of their political beliefs. If it's at one school, it doesn't say, does it? Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Chapel Hill. Is that the school?
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know. Okay, so if it's the school, I'm not even kidding. Right, I'm being very serious. Shut the fucking school down. Move those kids out of there right now.
It's a university.
Bullshit. I don't give a fuck.
Where are you going to move them to?
Fucking grade school would be better.
Shut it down.
Yeah, shut the whole fucking thing down. You've got to be kidding me that you're going to withhold grades for kids that did the work because of your political affiliation. You're retarded, and the whole thing needs to be shut down. And you should have to pay back the last 5 years of your salary, you fucking morons.
So what's your thoughts about Silent Sam statue going up?
I don't even know what that is. What's Silent Sam?
It is a monument, a 1913 memorialization of the 300 alumni who fought in the Confederate Army.
I'm okay with that.
You're okay with what?
A statue going up to commemorate 300 alumni who fought in the Confederate Army. I'm okay with that.
All right, so I'm going to tell you again what the story's about. There was a statue that was made in 1913. It was knocked down on August 20th. They are now putting it up inside of a building. Okay. There are 79 students or instructors and teaching assistants who have said, if you put this racist statue in our building, we will not pass out grades to the students. That's the short of it.
Yes.
Which side are you on, the north or the south?
I'm sitting right on the east. So it's not a matter of north and south, but you know that. You try to paint me into a corner. I'm on the side of firing all these teachers, shutting the school down, and they have a bill for the last 5 years of their salary.
All right, so you're pro statue then. You think the statue should be allowed in the
I'm pro statue. I mean, yes, but no.
No, are you pro statue or pro teacher?
It's not an either or.
It is.
And you're not painting me into that corner.
It is. This story isn't either or. This story isn't either or. You are either for the statue or for the students.
That's wrong.
That it's not. That's what the story is about. The story is about the teachers and the statue. If the statue wasn't in place, the teachers wouldn't have done this.
No, your argument is flawed.
No, it's not. This is one of the very few times that my argument is not flawed.
No. So you're saying anything that the teachers do was justified then?
I haven't said anything. I asked your opinion. Are you pro? I haven't said my opinion. I will.
Okay.
But you haven't asked me.
No. So you're asking me if I'm pro teacher or pro statue. I'm pro neither. Neither one of them is in the right.
Neither one of them is the fucking news story. The news story is either you're going to have a statue or you're going to have the strike, the grade strike. Which one are you on? You can't. Okay, so you're gonna go to that school and protest. I don't like either of you. I don't like either of you.
It's not a matter of protesting. It's a matter of the teachers are in the wrong. Their actions are in the wrong.
Okay.
So I'm not defending the teachers, but
okay.
The idea of putting up a statue, I'm good with. If the teachers didn't want the statue, there's constructive ways to handle this.
So you're pro statue then?
No, you're not. You're not. I'm not allowing you to paint me into a corner this time because I know what you're trying to do.
You don't.
Why don't you tell me your opinion?
I'm pro statue. It's very easy. There's 300 people. In 1913, they decided to memorialize 300 alumni, 300 people that went to that school that fought in what they thought was right. That is a great example to set.
Right.
It just so happened that they fell on the wrong side of history, but that doesn't mean that you should ignore them or pretend it didn't happen. The people that knocked down the statue on August 20th, they should be arrested. That's destruction of public property. If you don't like what it is that those 300 alumni fought for, there's ways to voice that. There's ways to educate people on what the Civil War was truly about.
Right.
But to tear down a statue and then ban grades and all that shit, fuck you. And you can say that you're pro statue without saying that you're pro what the statue stands for.
Which is what I was saying, but saying pro
you wouldn't say it because you're a fucking pussy. You wouldn't say it because you're a fucking pussy.
No, I wouldn't say it because
now I'm going to ask you again.
Pro statue, that's retarded.
Now I'm going to ask you again. In the case of this argument, are you pro grade strike or are you pro statue?
I'm pro grade strike.
Okay, good. You're wrong.
Fuck off. That's the problem is you try to break everything down. Maybe it's because you're retarded. You try to break everything down into like the most black and white, simple terms, but these issues are complex. You can't.
There is nothing complex about a bunch of fucking stupid ass teachers they have an opinion, okay? And it breaks down into two camps. You are either for them or you are against them. That's what the story is about. Two different camps.
See, you can't. You've got it in your head so much that it's black and white that you cannot even see that it's not that simple. You literally will not even accept that it is not this simple. Like you can't wrap your head around the fact that this isn't a simple issue.
What's not simple about it? I read the story and then I talked about the two groups that were spoken about in the story. Then I asked you about the two groups that were spoken about in the story. That's all we talked about was what was in the story.
So you're saying I'm either pro teacher or pro statue. That's not, it doesn't break down like that. It's not. It
just did. I broke it down like that and I made pretty good goddamn sense when I did it. So much so that you even agreed with me. You agreed with me. Didn't you?
Yep. I agree 100 per.
You fucking turd. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I think it's about time we wrap this show up because I'm getting tired.
I agree.
All right, fuck.